Hello students, this is Chintan Patel from the Mechanical and Automobile Department of the LJ University. In this video, we are going to learn about the welding practicals. So, in particularly this video, we are looking at the MIG welding, or it is also known as metal inert gas welding. So, this practical is widely popular in the industrial applications because it can be utilized for the mass production also, and that is why it is advisable to learn this type of a practical for the future prospects. So now we are going to start our today's video with the aim of the practical. The aim of the practical is to join the metal plates as well as the two metal components, different components, using metal inert gas welding, or it is known as a MIG welding also. What type of a different joints can be performed over here are represented on this particular diagram, which is more or less similar to the arc welding or the gas welding. Both are the same. You can perform each and every joint, but one more thing that you need to understand while before starting this type of a practical, that MIG welding will help you to create a longer joint in a lengthwise as compared to any other type of the welding. If you are performing the welding using the arc welding setup or any gas welding setup, your length of the weld will be limited by the electrode or the filler material. But over here in this particular MIG welding, we will be supplied using the continuous amount of the electrode reeled up in a particular reel, or we can say that as a coil. That is why if you want to perform a weld, if you want to create a weld joint in a very high amount of the length or very large length, then this type of a welding will be useful for you to perform this practical. So how these practicals will be performed will be explained using by knowledge of the apparatus used for this particular practical. So as you can see, these are the basic apparatus which were the similar in the case of the arc welding as well as in the gas welding, and if you have not seen that particular video, you can also watch that video. Helmet, surface cleaner, negative earthing tool, and gloves and eyeglasses are the same for each and every type of the welding. Now we are looking at the control system or the supply control of the particular MIG welding. This is the separate MIG system which is explained over here, where you can find different settings or the dial gauges of the A meter or the current meter or the voltage meter, as well as the different knobs to control the welding operation. Another thing that you need to understand is this particular MIG torch. So this is a MIG torch which is in my hand over here, having one button at this place which can be operated by the welder or the person who is welding right now. So this is a button which you need to operate, or as soon as you press this button, it will start moving this electrode out of it. So this is our electrode. If you can see or not, I don't know, but this is the smaller or the thin electrode which is represented in this diagram, which will be explained in our upcoming part of the video or the next part of the video. It will be better visible in that particular portion. So basically this is a torch containing the electrode in the middle, and in the surrounding it will be supplied with the inert gas, which is basically a CO2 gas, and that is supplied in this particular torch to perform the welding. Another thing that you need to understand is this inert gas cylinder. So this is basically MIG gas. MIG gas can be any inert gas, but in this particular video or in this our setup, we are using the CO2 as an inert gas, where you will be seeing this type of gauges which will help you to find out the pressure of the inert gas inside the cylinder as well as in the hose pipe of the cylinder, as well as there is one heater is provided over here, which will be explained in the next part of the video in this particular time frame. Next thing is this coil, electrode coil, where you can see this is a metal electrode which is reeled up in this particular component, so that this will rotate, this will be rotated to ensure that the electrode is supplied continuously. So as I said earlier, that if you want to create the larger length weld, then this type of a welding will provide you or will supply you continuous amount of the electrode, and that is why the filler material required will not be run out, and that is why this type of a welding is used for the longer weld. This is basically the electrode. Another thing that you need to understand is this a spatter spray. This spray is used before starting the welding. If you are getting the unusual or abnormal arcs in the beginning of the welding, then this type of a spatter spray will be applied in the torch in order to ensure that there is a certain fine amount of the arcs is generated. So basically this was the spray. This is the dial or the knob regulator, which you can see in this particular figure, which is used for the speed to regulate the speed of the electrode outcoming. So basically these were the apparatus which is used for the MIG welding, and now we are going to understand the working of the MIG welding through this schematic diagram, which is the theoretical portion which you need to understand before starting the practical. So basically you can see over here that this is our weld, or this is our workpiece which is required to be welded with another one, and this is our electrode. This vertical portion, as you can see, is our electrode, and electricity is supplied through this electrode, which is a consumable electrode, and it will be melted in order to create the weld. Now in order to ensure the continuous supply of the electrode, we have connected it with the wire feed rolls. Wire feed rolls will be continuously rotated after you press the button, and this rotation will ensure that there is a continuous supply of the electrode through this roller. Next is this particular welding head. This particular welding head or a torch of the MIG welding, which contains the gases like this, and these gases are also supplied through this nozzle in order to create the shield around the weld, which prevents the oxidation of the weld, and eventually it will help you to increase or maintain the strength of the weld. So this is how the gas shield is provided, and basically this is also a type of the shielded metal arc welding, but the only difference is over here that we are providing the electrode continuously through a wire feed mechanism, and that is why we will be able to create the longer weld as compared to any other types of the welding. So we will be seeing the practical or the performance of this particular MIG welding actually in our setup in the next part. Here we are with the setup of the MIG welding. MIG is an abbreviation for the metal inert gas welding. So you can see the different instruments of the MIG welding. As you can see, these are the basic instrument of the welding. Basically, this is a digital helmet which will help you to see from the inside within the limited lights, and it will be helpful to identify the place where you will be applying the welding. These are the other instruments for like gloves, surface cleaner, eyeglasses. Now this is our holder, and I will be explaining the different parts of this holder later on. First of all, we will see different parts. This is basically a positive terminal, and this is our negative terminal. Negative terminal is basically a earthing part which is connected with this metal plate, and when the positive and negative comes in contact, then our complete circuit closes, and based on that particular closed circuit, we will be able to generate the arc, and with the help of those arc, we will be able to create the welding. Another thing is that here is a spray which is also known as a anti-spatter spray. Now what is this anti-spatter spray do? That will be explained in this particular torch. So this is our holder. So as you can see, our holder has a torch like this, and in this torch there is a copper wire like this. Now this copper wire is connected with the supply in the MIG machinery, that we will see in a few minutes. But this copper wire is surrounded with the gas torch. Basically, this torch will spray out the carbon dioxide gas, CO2 gas, which will work as a metal inert gas. Now, this torch will work only if you press this button. So, if you press this button, this copper wire will come out, and by melting this copper wire, you will be able to do the welding with this type of a setup. Now, what happens sometimes while doing the welding, the arc gets jammed into this particular particular torch, and that is why, to avoid this jamming of the arc, you need this spray. And once you spray this particular spray in the torch initially before the welding, then it will ensure that you will be avoiding this type of a jamming in the middle of the welding. So this is the basic apparatus with which you will be able to do the welding. Okay, so this is our holder. Now these are our material with which we are going to weld together, and with these two metal plates will be joined together in this particular welding. So these are the basic apparatus, and now we will see the setup in the MIG welding general setup. So as you can see, this is our copper electrode. So this copper electrode is a non-flux electrode. Here flux is not available, and that is the similar with the theory that we have seen in the video. Now this electrode is continuously overlapped or reeled in this particular mechanism. So that's why it will ensure that with the consumption of the electrode, it will supply continuously. So that is the main purpose of the MIG welding. So if you want to generate a weld which is long in a very length, and if you want to generate a continuous weld, then it will provide you the continuous supply of the electrode. But what happens in the general SMAW that we have seen in the previous video, in the SMAW, the length of the electrode is limited. So when that electrode is completely melted down, then you will have to change the electrode and the weld will not be continuous. But with this type of a welding, you will be able to generate a continuous weld with a continuous supply from the copper reel, like this. Okay. Now the next thing that you need to understand from this setup is this one. Now this is basically a knob which will control the speed of the electrode which is passing from the holder that we have seen previously. So this will control the speed of the electrode. Now there are another setups which is available in this particular machine. As you can see, this indicates the ampere or the current intensity in the machinery. Here is the voltage meter. Now you can also select, there are two basically options. First one is the 2-track and the second one is the 4-track. Now what is the 2-track and the 4-track? So if you keep your settings in the 2-track, which is available over here, then you will have to press down this button continuously. If you remove your finger from this button, then it will stop the it will stop the motion of the electrode. But what happens if you select the 4-track? Then once you press this, and even if you remove your finger from this button, then it will continuously supply the electrode from this particular holder. So it is it depends on you that whether you want a continuous supply without pressing the key, or you want to control the supply on your own. Then based on that, you will be selecting one of these options. Now the second thing is that this gas check voltage meter. Now this will help you to check whether our gas pressure is sufficient or not. So before starting the welding, you need to ensure our gas pressure, and that can be checked from this particular knob. This is our fine knob from which you will be able to ensure that there is no extra amount of the arc. If there is a non-normal or abnormal arcing, then you can adjust it by reducing or increasing from this particular knob. Now this is another knob which is required for the course, and we will be seeing these particular settings in our working condition. Now we will see gas settings that we have mentioned over here. Before starting the practical, you need to make sure that whether the gas pressure is sufficient or not. So for that you need to start the knob for the gas checking. After checking, you need to open the key of the gas that will supply the gas from these particular settings. Before supplying the gas into the machine,
we need to compulsorily heat the gas. So basically this is a heater for the gas. Now this heater works on the electricity. That's why the gas will be heated in this particular mechanism. Then the gas will be supplied in this particular gauges. Now in these gauges you will be able to see the pressures of the gas, and also you will be seeing this ball moving upward and downward according to the pressure of the gas. Now this gas will be continuously supplied into the machine, and through the holder you will be seeing a gas in this particular torch. So gas will be supplied over here, which will create a shield for the welding. Now this shield will help you to avoid the oxidation or the reaction from the atmosphere on the welding. So this is the basics apparatus of the MIG welding, which is also known as a metal inert gas welding. Now we will see our working in this particular mechanism.